Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome to my second game for the channel, and it's my favorite game of all time. I already said that. From Software, yes, that's the name of the software company. This is Bloodborne, a Dark Souls game.
We're doomed.
You're gonna notice a pattern here. I like games that kick me in the nuts.
So I guess that means you're doing Super Meat Boy for us.
No.
I can do that game.
I don't even own that game. This game, God, it has everything for me. Difficulty, awesome weapons, a gothic style, a confusing story. Playing through it again has been a trip down memory lane. And, funnily enough, it actually, most of the time this entire commentary, I'm probably going to be complaining because I love this game so much, I can't help but acknowledge all of its little flaws.
Well, at least you're not complaining about us not knowing what the hell's going on.
That's true. But here's our character creator. First, we gotta pick a name. Let's see here. It's gotta be a good name, something that commands respect.
Like Soinks, Paul, you should make Shaggy his name, man.
Why would I name him Shaggy?
Name him Batman.
He's gonna be
Shaggy's
Batman.
Batman.
Oh, all right. Sorry, sir.
I get the joke.
All right. Maybe a name that is more identifiable. This guy's Dumas.
Not gold.
Ah, that's
enough.
right. He isn't
Not
gold enough to be the gold Chocobo himself. Yeah, all right. I guess we'll go with this. My friends, meet Lowbrow.
Oh, fine.
his-
Name him after my commentary channel.
As we chaos control through the character creator. And yes, I actively added chaos control.
But no music.
No, I didn't add the chaos control theme. The one from Shadow anyway, because I mean I actually couldn't find it. And I thought it would drown out the game audio, so not that it matters.
All you had to do is ask. I could have sent it to you.
It's fine. It's whatever. It's literally like a 4-second clip anyway.
Hey, it's the thought that counts.
That's true. It is the thought that counts. Why do you think I put so much effort into editing the first 3 minutes of this?
Oh my God, he edited it!
Well, yeah.
Praise the Lord! I know we keep making this joke, but you know what? Sometimes it's worth it.
Is it gonna be like?
Paul
Is it gonna be like Ryan, where I never lived down the fact that I didn't cut out deaths from Cuphead for 10 years?
Pretty much.
From Cuphead for
I
10
hope not.
years. Implying the Cuphead playthrough took 10 years.
No, that I'm just gonna hear about it for the next 10 years.
I know, but it's fun to sort of interpret it like that.
Oh yeah,
One part
this
a year.
playthrough took me 10 years.
Yeah, sometimes it felt like it. I think we had to go back and redo a couple of parts, right?
Yeah. Welcome to Nightmares,
Oh no.
where a wolf emerges from a pool of blood and tries to grab yous.
Well, you know, I do simp for a wolf, so
I was just about to say this game attracts a lot of monster fuckers and gothic simps.
hey, I am not a monster fucker.
Keep telling
I'm
yourself
an
that.
animatronic fucker.
No.
There is a difference.
He's actually evil, but that one does have a vagina for a face.
I did not need to know that. Wait, I thought they weren't evil. Why are they trying to kill us?
They're not.
You lie.
They're just shielding us. They're actually the ones that threw the Molotov at that blood wolf thing. Was that a dream or was it not? Either way, we wake up in Yosefka's clinic.
Looks like the map hasn't loaded yet.
Oh no, it has. This game is just
really
super dark. Yeah, it's this game. It's incredibly dark. That's what gothic horror is. Think Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, anything by Edgar Allan Poe.
I guess that means you guys are really gonna like Alice Madness Returns.
Well, that one's not exactly gothic horror. It's like it's American rather than British gothic.
Yeah.
There's a distinct difference. Though I do actually love the aesthetic of that game, so you're right.
Yeah.
Fighting right off the bat.
So I learned this technique by watching too much Naruto.
It's called the bitch slap.
He said, having never seen Naruto.
Who, you or me?
No, me.
Oh, about to say I've seen.
I
Naruto.
said he. You're a she.
I identify as one. I unfortunately not one yet.
And I'm a respect that. Yes, you are.
Of course.
Okay. But either way,
yeah. So fun fact: you're supposed to lose this fight. I don't.
You win.
Yeah, I slaughtered this wolf.
I can't tell though. Are you actually the weapon, or are you bitch slapping?
No,
that
I
thing?
am just with the power of my divine bitch slap. And karate chop action.
Every time, just go, bitch, please.
But we're actually we're seeing the main mechanic of Bloodborne here, the rally system. So you notice that orange glow around me when I hit the wolf after he hit me?
Yeah.
That's the rally mechanic, where basically if I attack an enemy fast enough, I literally absorb their blood as health.
Damn.
You'll see it as orange health in the top left. So there's red and there's orange health. Orange health is stuff you can rally back, and after a certain time that health goes away. It's a lot like the focus mechanic in Street Fighter 4.
I see.
I forgot to pick up that little piece of loot.
So
But yeah, you're supposed to die there and go to the main hub of the game, but I don't do that. I'm gonna go there the way you normally go there.
I like
Welcome to Yharnam.
This guy actually can do one thing Link cannot. Use his hands as weapons.
Yeah, punch something.
But then again, with how fragile Breath of the Wild's weapons are, I can't imagine what Link's hands would be like.
You use your hands a lot in this game, as I'll demonstrate later once I get a gun. For in Bloodborne, a gun is simply a suggestion. This is England, where we commit knife crime. And as such, our main attack is the blade.
Oh, so we're Jack the Ripper.
Kinda. It's around the same time. Anyway, these are basically your bonfires. They're how you get back to the main hub. You can't teleport between them. You have to go back to the main hub and then use headstones to get back to where you want to go, which is not good design, but I mean, it's okay.
So the hub world's like a middleman.
It's just an extra loading screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an unnecessary middleman. But I do like the Hunter's Dream, which is where we are.
Ah.
Yeah, dreams are a big theme. It's what the mask is for.
Wait, we're wearing a mask?
No, we're in a dream.
Oh.
Ooh, welcome back to my survival single-player... An abandoned doll that is strangely life-sized. Alright. Well, if no one's going to claim it... Oh, focus, Paul. You must pick up your weapon.
Remember, Paul, don't trust the dolls. Have you not seen FNAF?
I was gonna say Calcabrina. Final Fantasy IV.
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Alright, so here's where you pick out your starting weapon. So typically you do this after you die to the wolf, but since I didn't die to the wolf, I had to go through the lamp. And this is where you get your gun. I decided to pick up the Hunter's Axe because I've never actually started a playthrough with the Hunter's Axe. And for what it's worth, it's a really good weapon. It's probably the best choice out of the starting 3, unless you're speedrunning. But normally I start with the accidental emote.
You must
normally
be
I
the new
start...
hunter. Yeah!
Yeah! Normally I start out with the
Praise the
Threaded
Lord.
Cane, which is a skill weapon, but I go with the axe for this because I'm doing a strength build. Anyway, the reason I accidentally emoted there is because Bloodborne has motion controls, technically. So what you do is you can map emotes to the motions, and you press X and shake the controller a certain way, and it does it. It's not very good. Like, the motion controls are just bad, so you end up accidentally emoting a lot.
Why would
It's not
this
like...
game doesn't feel like it needs emotion or emotes?
Well, here's the thing. It was a PlayStation launch title. PlayStation
So they
4,
had to.
They had to include motion
add it
controls.
somehow.
Yeah. Since this game only exists because Sony was willing to pay From Software for it. This game was hot off the heels of Dark Souls 2, which, while it did fine enough commercially, critically it was not received as well as Dark Souls 1, and they were just going to focus on making Dark Souls 3, but Miyazaki had an idea for Bloodborne, and Sony approached saying, hey, if you make a game for PlayStation 4, we'll let that game be Bloodborne. And Sony is also the reason why we haven't gotten a Bloodborne 2, or a PC port, or a 60 FPS patch. This game runs at 30 FPS locked with frame dips.
Ooh,
Even on PS5.
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
Even on a PS4 Pro.
Even on PS5.
Yeah. That's another mechanic, introduced in the original in Demon Souls, actually. This has been a mainstay of the entire franchise. The Repose. In Bloodborne, it works a bit differently from the other Souls games, where instead of just doing a light attack behind someone's back to get that backstab animation, you have to fully charge an attack behind them and then go for the backstab.
Yeah.
It
looks like you're trying to do a spin attack with it.
Oh, the axe does have a spin attack.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another thing of Bloodborne, the other, like, big mechanic. Transformations. I'm about to show off the spin attack now. Whee!
Say-ya!
Hey! It is kind of Link's hero spin. Yeah, Bloodborne was very much more inspired by games like Devil May Cry, because it's heavily more offensive than Dark Souls. But at the end of the day, it's still a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
It's just a lot more focused on offense, which is why they give you a gun instead of a shield. The gun is mostly used for parries, which is when you hit an opponent at right when they're about to attack you. You shoot them, and if they drop to their knees, you can press R1 and do that backstab animation from the front.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
It's really satisfying to land. But here's the first case of Paul has muscle memory that's not conducive to a commentary. Whenever I go through this game, I tend to play it really fast. Which I made no exception for this game because I did not want to spend a long time on it.
Yeah.
I sprint through levels, I mash X through talk scenes.
Yeah, unfortunately, you probably skip things as a
Yes,
result.
but that means I accidentally skip dialogue sometimes. It's mostly just flavor text and like lore stuff, but it's still a bit distracting. Anyway, this is Gilbert, the first friendly face you meet and one of the last. In Bloodborne, everyone hates your guts.
Well, everyone needs a Gilbert to be friends with.
Yep. this this game's about racism. No, it's not actually.
About
But
to say.
the town of Yharnam is intensely xenophobic. Like they mostly regard you as an outsider, not even a hunter, because that's what you become. You become a hunter. But like people shrug you off. They actively curse you. Like the enemies we just fought call you a plague-ridden rat. Say that it's all your fault in reference to the beast curse that's going around, and like basically try their best to kill you.
Well, how do we know it's not their fault? I mean,
Well,
they're
that's the thing.
ones trying to kill us.
That's the thing. It's not entirely their fault. This game is also intensely anti-religious because it's actually the fault of the church.
Ah.
I'll explain that more when we actually get to that section of the game. But Yharnam is also like a theocratic, I think it is.
Theocracy?
Yeah, it's a theocracy. So the church has a lot of control.
I see. So are these guys actually living people, or are they monsters?
No, they're living people.
Oh, that's great.
The problem is they've mostly been transformed by beast blood. It's the same reason you go to Yharnam, actually. In Yharnam, they have a special kind of blood which is said to cure all ailments and heal beyond mortal comprehension. That's why your main healing item are blood vials. Press triangle, you stab them, and you gain 40% of your health. But here's the thing. There was an unknown side effect that only started popping up recently with Yharnam blood. It turns you into a beast. Like a full-on like werewolf kind of monster. And since every citizen in Yharnam's hooked on it, every citizen in Yharnam is turning into a beast.
Yay! But I'm guessing we can use it to our advantage.
Yes, we can, actually. That's a very astute line of thought. There is a power-up item that you can use later on in the game called a Beast Blood Pellet, which boosts your attack as long as you can keep the meter going. It's a very powerful item. One that I actually don't use all that much in this playthrough. I use it a lot more for speedruns. But this is also like, so that little section I just cleared out right there is, well, one, it's considered like one of the harder sections of the game because a new player is not going to have any idea what to do.
Yeah.
They're just going to get swarmed by 20 civilians. But it's also one of the big grinding spots in the early game, since, yeah, you need to grind.
Oh boy.
This boss is considered a mini-boss at the start of the game, and I just two-shot it.
When
That's
you
the power of the
say-
backstab.
When you say you need
Is
to,
this a new game plus?
No, this is a fresh game file.
Ah.
You only get the character customization on a fresh game file, and if I was going into New Game Plus, I'd have a lot more items.
Okay.
when you're saying you need to grind, is it like a mandatory thing, or are you just doing
It's
it to make
not
it easier?
necessarily a mandatory thing. Here's a big issue a lot of people have with Bloodborne that personally I don't see much of a problem with, but it can be annoying sometimes. You see the top left there, the numbers 13 and 20?
Yep.
Those are your blood vials and your quicksilver bullets. They are one-time use items. You're only allowed to carry a maximum of 20 without using a certain item later in the game that helps expand them. But you do not get them back on death. So if you run out, you gotta grind for them.
Oh, that sucks.
Unlike in Dark Souls, where you get your maximum number of healing items each time you die.
Sounds like Darksiders 3 right there, with getting all your healing items back as well.
Yeah.
Sort of. The main heal items you get back, but any spare ones you collect along the way, nope, they're gone forever after use.
Well, in Bloodborne, spare healing items you get along the way go into your storage, which refreshes your pockets whenever you respawn. But the storage is also limited, so
yeah,
if you run out, you're just out. I don't know why I go down here. I think I thought I remembered something down here, but I do not want to go here yet, so I go back up.
This is where all the porn is.
No, that is
not allowed.
No, let's get out of there.
Yeah, nope.
We're a kid-friendly game, I swear.
With all this blood?
Bash people's heads in.
Not just bash their heads in, cleave them in two.
It would have been great if that was the killing blow right there.
The plunging attack? Yeah, I wish. If I was a bit more accurate with it, it probably would have killed. But I think... Yes, I know what I'm doing. So, at the top right there, you see the 2,285 and the 0.
Yeah.
Those are currencies. Blood Echoes and Insight. Blood Echoes are basically souls. They're both your XP and your currency. So you're gonna have to balance which one you want, like what you want to spend it on at any given moment. And then the Insight is something that won't come in until way later in the game. For now, it's just gonna stay. It's just gonna be a number that occasionally goes up.
When you least expect it.
Blood is to buy like the main set of armor for the game. Yeah, it's the starting armor. It's one of the better ones. But I don't think I do that right now. I think I'm actually gonna go find Lamp. You could have heard a scream, and that's the boss of the area.
Huh. So
and two of these wolves that I killed with my bare hand are now giving me trouble.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I gotta fight two of them. But they're...
Maybe you should use that thing you call a gun to just shoot it in the head. But then I remembered, no, that's a parry attack.
Yeah, gun... Remember that. Oh, come on. How did my axe not reach it? That's not strictly for parrying. You can do this thing called the Blood Tinge build, which makes your gun super strong.
Alright.
Oh, I forgot I just ended up shooting it in the face. Because it was on a sliver of health. But yeah, you can make a gun build, and it actually does pretty decently. And there are melee weapons that also respond well to Blood Tinge. But I don't do that for this, because Blood Tinge builds are very hard, and are only super good at the end of the game. They're a lot like magic builds in this game.
Gotcha.
So instead of magic in the world, we have guns. The true American magic.
Well, magic. Sorry.
Whoa, that
was
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I accidentally turned my gain up. I had to turn my gain down for my family, and then I turned it back up, and it was way too loud.
It's like, well, magic now!
Well, actually...
I'm so sorry.
Make sure you put a little countdown for that.
Oh yeah, no, like freaking audio warning. Anyway, as I was saying, magic does exist, and it is possible to make a really good magic build, but that only comes in around the mid game, and only gets amazing at the end game. It's a lot like Blood Tinge in that aspect. The main builds for Bloodborne are skill and strength, or dexterity and strength, and this one's a strength build because I want to play the game on easy mode.
So you know how hard this game can get, and we have to get this done and over with, so you might as well do it easy.
Yeah. Here's something weird. Magic runs on bullets in this game. every time you use a magic item, it uses up your Quicksilver bullets. Now there is a mechanic that you can theoretically get an infinite amount as long sacrifice a little bit of your health to gain 5 blood bullets, which are stronger than normal bullets, but they also take away your health.
Is this the boss?
No, not yet.
About to say.
You'll know when it's a boss.
I mean, it was a lot bigger than everything else at the moment. I thought, okay, this is our first.
No, that's just a troll. That's just a troll.
Oh. Well, where's the troll music?
For the obvious boss arena.
Oh.
I wonder what hand he jerks off with. This
currently
is
he's jerking off with the right one.
That's his left.
Well, no, I mean he's doing it with the right one to catch up with the left.
Oh yeah. This is the cleric beast. This is your tutorial boss. He's pretty standard fare, all things considered, especially for souls. It's the next boss that's like can only really work in a game like Bloodborne. But cleric beast has a lot of like hidden mechanics. Like you notice I did a riposte on him. That only happens when you damage his head, which means you have to shoot at him. And that red thing was the cleric beast healing his limbs.
Oh,
since
God.
Most giant beast bosses have breakable limbs, as I just demonstrate right now.
I thought you were about to say he can regain his health.
No, he can't regain his health.
I was about to say that'd be bullshit.
The second mandatory boss can regain health.
Oh.
I fight her in, I think, part 4 or part 5. I can't remember.
That's it. That sounds like some Breath of the Wild Master Mode bullshit right there.
No, this guy just repairs his limbs, basically.
Yeah.
This
so
is
you can basically keep fighting correctly.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, this is how the boss is supposed to be going. Yeah. I've never actually gotten 2 riposte opportunities on this fight before. That was the first time ever, so... Because I thought you could only do that once. I never thought to do it multiple times. But, I mean, he's your standard fare giant boss. Stick to his behind. Attack when he gives you an opportunity.
Yeah. So is this actually a mutated human turned into a wolf creature? Or...
Yes.
I'm not gonna question it.
No, actually, super interesting. Bloodborne has a really like expansive lore that the game only kind of tells you about. Cleric beasts are church clerics that, due to their intake of beast blood, transform into these monstrosities, and they're all the same for some reason.
Huh.
Yeah, there are several cleric beasts in the game, but you only fight the one.
And they all look like they jack off with the same hand.
Yes. It's something about, like, their gluttony, I think. I can't remember. Ow. I got brained.
Ouch.
Alright, Cameron, I need you to work with me here.
No working. I thought he ripped off his arm for a second to use as a weapon.
No, that's a boss you fight in the mid game that I don't actually fight for this.
Oh my god!
I mean, I could, but I don't want to because that's
jokes like this, and they keep saying no. That's actually in the game.
Yeah, no, it's actually first try. That boss when I first fought it took me 7 tries, and now I can easy game for babies.
Well, we just established earlier that this is a kid's game.
Yes, it's an easy game for babies.
Babies first Dark Souls.
It was mine. This was my first ever Dark Souls game. We'll see you next part.